So we all have mental habits that we need to stop doing. We need to stop doing this in 2020 so we can set the tone for an amazing 2021. You feel me? Feel me? Okay, so this is the last week of 2020, and honestly it's kind of my favorite weeks. Like, Christmas is done, all the chaos is done from the holidays, and this is the last week to kind of restart. You know, like, I like to start my, I don't want to say New Year's resolutions, but my good habits starting this week, so I can head into the new year with that tone set. You know what I mean? Because if you just your mindset is I'm just gonna wait until the new year and then I'm gonna start my habits, I feel like it's not as effective. I like to go into the new year like already having the ball been rolled. Like, let's get the ball rolling now, the week before, so we can like head into 2021 so much easier. And a lot of the stuff that we need to stop doing is all in here. We need to have a little conversation, okay? So in this video I want to talk about 3 things that we need to stop doing the last week of 2020 so we can start a good tone, set a good tone for 2021. All right? What is up, everybody? It is your girl Ray Lux. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Thank you so much for joining me today. And so I honestly feel like I love New Year's because it's like a fresh start, but I like to start it the week before so we can just like roll into the new year nice and smooth, like get the ball rolling and boom, 2021, and start those new healthy habits. And a lot of those habits are mental, and I know 2020 has been a freaking crazy year. If we didn't know what crazy was, now we do. And I think 2020 has taught us so many things. Maybe I'll do another video on the things that 2020 has taught me despite all the challenges it's presented us. But I feel like because 2020 was so challenging, like, I feel that we can handle anything now. You know, like, I think we learned to expect the unexpected, but it's really taught me to focus on myself and stop worrying about everything that's going on in the world, because it's just gonna cause me too much anxiety, too much stress, and it's not worth it. So what I want to do is start 2021 off with the lessons that I've learned throughout 2020, and these are the things that I realized that we all need to stop doing. Okay, so the first thing we need to stop doing is stop focusing on what you cannot control. And this was really hard for me, especially this year with the pandemic, all these things going on in the world. I realized that my focus was on things that I cannot control. I cannot control where this little virus goes. I cannot control what doesn't touch me. Like, I cannot control like all these craziness going on in the world. I can't control that. But what I can control is how I react, or what I can control is the things that I'm doing for myself, focusing on myself, on my well-being, keeping myself safe, keeping myself happy. That I can control. I can't control the world. I can't control what goes on in the world, but I can control myself. I can stop watching the news. I can stop feeding into the fear that's going on, because what you focus on, your energy flows. And I don't want to waste my energy on fear, anxiety, on things that's not even in my control, and it's just a waste of energy. So that is what I've learned. I've learned to not focus on things that I cannot control. Let's focus on our daily habits that are making us happier. Let's focus on just being a better person. Let's focus on being a more positive person. Let's focus on ourselves. Pretty much our happiness. Our happiness starts with ourselves. So I read somewhere, when you fear, you're saying that you know the future, which you don't know the future. So why are you fearing anything in the future? You don't know what's gonna happen. So enjoy right now. Enjoy the moment. Be grateful for the present moment. Be grateful for everything that's around, because you're probably fearing something that won't even happen, that won't even exist. So that is a huge lesson that I learned, and we gotta stop doing that this week going into 2021. We gotta stop it, because just a waste of our energy. So let's focus on what we can control. Focus on us, our minds, our hearts, our souls, and we got it. The second thing that we need to stop doing is stop being so hard on yourself. I need to stop being so hard. All these tips, honestly, I'm not pointing them at you. A lot of them are for me too. Like, I need to stop being so hard on myself. I think throughout this year, I felt like I'm not where I want to be. I wanted to be so much further, but like, we just have to, trust that God has a plan. The universe has a plan for us. Like, He's orchestrating everything that's going to go on in our life. Like, as long as we have a pure heart, a positive mind, we will get what we desire. And I think a lot of times we feel like we're not going anywhere, but it's all part of a bigger plan. And I feel like we just have to know that something better is coming. So it's always just seeing everything in a positive light. Like, let's stop being so hard on ourselves. And I am so guilty of that. So that is one thing we gotta stop doing. We gotta stop comparing our first page to someone else's 76th page, if that makes sense. We all have our own stories. Like, we all start at the starting line at different times. We're not gonna compare ourselves at our starting point to someone's finishing point. That's not fair. Like, I can't compare myself to someone who's like a millionaire, but they worked hella hard for that. I don't know what they had to do, but you just have to know that it didn't come to them like bam. Like, people go through so much struggle, and we just, like, I think we're too hard on ourselves, thinking that we're not seeing any like accomplishments or any successes. But honestly, every single step that you take towards your goal, like the littlest thing, we're accomplishing something, we're getting somewhere. So we just have to know that, like, we have to celebrate our little wins. So let's start doing that in 2021. Let's stop being so hard on ourselves, and let's start celebrating our little wins, our little milestones. We have to acknowledge that, because it shows that we are growing. We are always growing. So I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna stop being so hard on myself too, you guys. I'm gonna stop being hard on myself. I'm gonna stop comparing my first page to someone else's 100th page of their book. Let's be kind to ourselves. Let's love ourselves, because we don't deserve that. Like, imagine the self-talk that you have towards yourself, someone else saying that to you, and you'd be like, dang, that's some harsh words. But that is what we're telling ourselves, and that is harsh. Like, the things that we tell ourselves. Like, imagine someone telling you, like, you are not where you want to be, you're supposed to be here, oh, you're fat, that is exactly what you're telling yourself. Like, if you just picture the words that you're saying to yourself coming from someone else, you'll realize how harsh you really are on yourself. And we are all guilty of that. Sometimes it's hard to help. We have to show kindness to ourselves. We have to love ourselves. So let's start doing that, okay? Let's stop the harshness. Let's start loving ourselves. 2021, baby. And the third thing that we need to stop doing is stop being a victim and become a victor. And a lot of times, like, we can blame outside circumstances. We can blame the government. We can blame, this pandemic. We can blame so many things. But let's not do that. We're not victims. We are what we make it. Or the way we see the world is what we're going to get. And I talk about this all the time. Like, if you see the world as an amazing place, it will be an amazing place. If you see everything as something negative that's trying to, if you think that the world is against you, the world will be against you. So we need to start just shifting our mindset. We need to cultivate a positive mindset. Stop blaming things, circumstances for where you are. Let's start taking responsibility and just taking action. And that goes with not being so hard on yourself. Like, don't be hard on yourself, when you do start to take action. Be proud of yourself that you are taking action, that you're not gonna be a victim. So let's stop blaming other things, other people for where you are or where you are not. Let's just start with ourselves. Honestly, everything starts with ourselves. So that is as simple as I can make it. Those are the three things that I feel was so important that we need to stop doing in 2020 in order for us to have a good 2021. Shift our mindset to a positive one. Let's focus on ourselves. Let's focus on loving ourselves, being kind to ourselves. You know, self-talk is huge. Let's do this, guys. Let's make 2021 an amazing fucking year, okay? 2020, yes, it was very challenging, but you know what? We learned so much from that 2021 is gonna be amazing. So with that being said, don't forget to check out my blog with more law of attraction, motherhood, wellness articles. Check out my Instagram for more daily inspo, and don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos that I have. And I hope you guys have an amazing new year. Let's do this. We got this, guys.